Today we're going to talk about autism. Do you know what that word means? Raise your hand. Joey?
I think it's something where a little boy will want something and they cry.
So sometimes kids with autism cry. Well, you cry. Do you have autism? Well, how do you know that a person with autism is different?
They don't.
Nick?
They don't react like how would I say it? A regular person would.
How do they not act like a regular person?
They don't get the way they do this huge fit.
Okay.
And
when you say they don't get their way, what would make them have a fit? Who do you know that has autism?
Gio.
Who is Gio?
My brother.
Your brother, how old is he?
5.
He's 5. Hold on, Joey. And what makes Gio sometimes have a fit? Or when do you see him have a fit?
No computer.
Okay, Joey, what were you going to say?
The reason why he cries, I think, is because he doesn't like when the schedule of his,
A schedule. If the schedule, that's very good, Joey. So Gio likes to have things as a routine. What's a routine, Mick?
Routine is where you keep on doing something, keep on practicing at that time of day. And if your routine fails, you could practice it, it will fail.
Well, what do we have for routines? When do you eat breakfast? Do you eat breakfast at 6 o'clock at night?
No.
No. You eat breakfast when?
in the morning.
And when do you eat lunch?
In the afternoon.
12.
And we eat dinner?
At 7.
In the evening. Okay? Do you get up and put on your pajamas? Or do you put on your clothes? Clothes. So that's our daily routine. What do you do Monday through Friday?
Go to school.
Go to school
Okay.
unless there's snow days.
Unless there's snow days. And on Saturdays, you do what?
Clean floor and go to play Xbox.
And watch TV.
And then on Sundays, what do we do?
Go to church.
Go to church. So last week, Gio had a different routine, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
What was different last week about Monday through Friday?
You usually got the computer.
He got to play on the computer a lot, but what didn't he do?
Go to school.
He didn't go to school. So that was a change in Gio's routine.
Winter break, yeah, when he was coming, he was terrible at the end.
Yeah, winter break. It was he was off school for a while, and then he had to go back. So it's another change in his routine. Now you said that he throws a fit, right? Tell me what a fit looks like.
It's where somebody's
Let's do one at a turn. Joey?
It's where somebody cries and tears come out of their eyes and they scream.
He screams. What else do you see him do?
If it's a big fit, he's dumping the sock bucket, dumping the shoe bucket, kicking his feet, hitting people.
So he's kind of out of control. Okay, well we're going to watch a video about why Gio might do these things. Okay?
Okay.
This is a video, a quick little video. Hold on, I gotta stop this camera for just a second. Okay, the video we just watched was sensory overload stimulation. Tell me what you saw in that video. Joey, go ahead.
It was all blurry.
It was blurry. What did it sound like?
It sounded like Las Vegas was in Walmart.
It sounded like it was Las Vegas inside of Walmart. That's a very good way of saying it. Do you think that you would like to go to Walmart when it was like that?
No.
I don't think I could survive.
How about school? Could you learn if school was like that?
No.
No, you couldn't. How do you think it makes Gio not feel like whether he's overwhelmed? How do you think it makes him feel as far as being happy or sad?
Well, I mean, happy is very strong, but when you're angry, you become very weak.
So you think it might make him feel kind of weak? Okay. do you think that he, if he felt like this a lot, what do you think it would be like for him to make friends with people? Go ahead, Joey.
It would be very fun for him because he would have a meltdown. People think he's weird.
So if he had a meltdown, people might think he's weird, right? Okay, Nick, how do you think it would be for him to make friends?
It gets harder to make friends when you grow up because there's new types of people.
There's new types of people.
People will change.
People change. Now you're getting ready to go into middle school, right?
I'm scared.
You're scared. Do you think if there was a person in your class with autism that they might be scared? Even more so than a regular kid?
I don't know.
You don't know? Joey? Now thinking about your brother and thinking about some kids at your school, besides your brother, have you seen kids that you might have thought to yourself, they kind of act like my brother? Has that happened to you? Yeah? Okay, now I want you to...
There was someone like Gio.
There was someone at church like Gio, very much so. Now, I want you to think about if there was a kid like Gio, or who you thought might be like Gio, and he was sitting alone on a bench at school, and you were getting ready to play with your friends on the playground, okay? And he was sitting over on the side on a bench. I want you to write down just a little story, just like 3 or 4 sentences, that tells me how you might go over to this kid and ask him to play with you. Okay? So go ahead. Okay, so you've had time to write your story about how you would walk up to the little child who you thought might have Asperger's or autism. Speaking of that, do you guys know what the difference between autism and Asperger's is?
Asperger's. I think they were like Asperger's was a sign of autism.
Okay, autism is a spectrum, like a rainbow. So this is autism.
Why is it?
It just broke. Don't worry about it. Autism is a spectrum. So kids can be anywhere on this and have what they call autism. Some kids might not speak at all. Some kids might speak a lot, like Gio. And they might be, you might hear somebody say that they have Asperger's. That's another, it's still autism, but some people who have Asperger's, they might be able to talk, and they still might have the problem like going into Walmart, but it might not be, it doesn't affect them the same way. Oh. Now, like Daddy,
can I tell you that?
Daddy, your dad wears glasses, right? And I wear glasses, right? But Daddy can walk around and drive and do everything without his glasses, but I can't do anything without my glasses or contacts. But we both are nearsighted. But Daddy's, it doesn't affect him as much as mine. But we still have it. It still is hard for both of us to see. Does that make sense? Okay, let's clear that whole up. Yeah, what were you going to say, Nick?
I was watching a mile in his shoes, and it was really loud and everything. His coach, I forgot what his name was, but he came up to him and just said, block out all the sound and all the people. Think about you back on the phone with that big Oscar.
Right. So that, in the movie, Walk a Mile in His Shoes, it was about a boy who had autism, and he had trouble focusing, and his coach said, I want you to block out everything, just think about when you were just you and your pig on the farm. So he was giving him instructions on how to deal with these difficult situations. So I want to hear your stories real quick. Joey, read yours.
And when he was doing the knuckleball, he didn't know it was going, and he kind of had, it wasn't a big meltdown, but it was kind of a meltdown-ish.
Yeah, he got scared. Tell me your story, Joey.
I was playing
is very nice. So you don't want him to make him feel different than other people. Go ahead, Nick, tell us yours.
I would walk over and say, hey, would you like to play a game with me and some of my friends? You will be on a team, not by yourself.
By yourself. So both of your examples are including this boy so that he doesn't feel lonely and he doesn't feel left out. And what we're going to do now is we're going to look at our punch card. And this is a punch card that I'm going to pair you with a buddy. In your case, it's your brother. But this could be used by your teacher someday might say, I want you to be a buddy to a child to help them so that they don't feel alone and so that they can deal with bad situations. When they have to sit still and learn, and it's difficult for them because they might feel like it felt like in Walmart. So this is our punch card, and your choices. This is your friend who might have this boy with autism or a girl with Asperger's. Their behaviors that we want them to do are to be quiet, to sit still, to do their work, and follow their directions. And they're going to work for something, and they're going to pick this. And you can either use a punch card, or what we're going to do is you're just going to color in the star. Or the square, or whatever. And I'm going to work for it. Now you know your brother and what motivates him to work. What would motivate Gio to work?
Computer.
Computer. I agree. So we will draw or play it in the dirt. So Joey, we could put the dirt over here. We'll draw some rocks and some dirt, and we'll write the word dirt. And next, we will put, this is, don't make fun of my drawing, you know I can't do it. This is the computer. So, we're going to try this with you guys sitting at church. This is what happens when Gio goes to church sometimes.
He has a meltdown. He doesn't like it when he can't drawing.
When he has to sit still. Well, hi Gio. Go sit down over there. We're not quite ready for you. I love that. Go sit down. Thank you. Okay, so you're going to sit next to Gio, and you're just going to hold this quietly in your lap. And when Gio's quiet, you're going to give him a star. When he's sitting, give him a star. When he's doing his work, if the teacher tells him to draw or color, or if he follows directions, like if the teacher says, raise your hand, and Gio raises his hand. Now sometimes Gio is not going to do this. I don't want you to yell at him. I want you to just lean over and say, Gio, got it. You're working on computer. You just keep reminding him. And if he gets all these, he earns his computer time. Now, I want Gio to get good behavior, but I also want Gio to feel good. I want him to feel that you care about him and that you want him to be successful. Because if a child with autism knows that you're working with them and you're their buddy, their peer buddy, then they'll know that you're going to want to be their friend. You tired, Vic? So then, if you work with them and it's a good experience, then when you come up to them on the playground, they're going to probably want to play with you. And they're not going to feel different, and they're going to feel like another kid. Because one of the things that I've heard lots of kids with autism tell me is, I want to be just like everybody else.
They are like everybody else, but a little different.
They are like everybody else, but a little different. Are you different than your friends?
Yes. I'm making a picture.
You're drawing a picture? Do you like to be the same as some of your friends, Joey? You like to do the same things? Okay. All right. Well, now we're going to bring Gio in, and we're going to teach him about the punch card, okay? Gio, you can come in now. Gio, come on in. Sit down. Gio, we're talking about the punch card, okay? Now this is a card that you could use at church, and Joey and Mick are going to sit with you. And if you're, that's his picture.
It's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece.
But I want to tell you what you did.
Okay. Tell me real quick.
This is a chamber that you jump this rock, and this is a magic rock. And when you land on the rock, it will make you jump over the knife and you make a land in the water.
Oh my, that's lovely. Okay, back to our punch card.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna sit next to Joey or Mick when you're at church.
Can I pick them?
Well, I'm gonna tell you that, okay? And it says on this one that you're working for computer time.
Okay.
And on this one, you're working on being able to play in the dirt, okay? So when you're sitting next to Mick, when you go to church, if he sees you being quiet, he gives you a star. If he sees you sitting still, he gives you a star. And if he sees you following directions, what does he do?
Give you a star.
That's right. What happens if you fill up all your stars?
Computer time or dirt?
Dirt. Does this sound like a good plan?
Yeah.
You like it? Does this help you at church?
Yeah.
That sounds good to me too. Okay, we're going to try that, and you get to earn your rewards, all right?
Okay.
Okay.
So can I pick a person?
I know that you don't all meet together each time, that you were going down to your class. But if you would just think, when I get to the bottom of the stairs, I'm gonna fold my arms, and I'm gonna remember that I'm in my class. And if I go to class first, then I'm gonna go down to my class and sit and wait for my teacher. If I'm in here first, I'm gonna come in, sit down and wait. I know you could do that because I just saw you do that. Thank you. So what are you gonna do when you get to the bottom of the stairs? Raise your hand. Yes. Hold your arms and walk. There is no need to run, ever. Hold your arms and walk to your room or walk in there. I'm gonna call Sister Basil next Sunday. And I'm gonna say, the boys and girls, it's just gonna help you feel better. What's your name? What's your name? What is it?
Momo.
Momo?
Yes.
He likes He is.
Bronte, take him.
Has his arms folded. Thank you. You've done it. Thank you. You've done it. When you're sitting up straight, you're slow down, your arms are folded, your eyes are on me. And we'll know you're ready to start. Think we're ready to have a song and a prayer. And we're gonna do things a little bit differently. We're going to have the junior primary, those boys and girls who are, did you decide to tell them who was gonna come with me? Do they know?
Well, all my Valiants, will you stand up? My Valiants, stand up. My Valiants. If you're 8 to 11.
Is your course?
Yes, this
Oh, they do. I'm gonna be watching.
P. Robert.